Okay, this is going to be an inspection of what we call medium package. So this was a package of bees that we got at the beginning of April. So we've had them just over a month now, and they started doing really well, so much so that they got a honey super already. Partially because they were on medium frames to start with, so they were running out of space a bit quicker. But we've got some bees up here in the super, so off the bat, that's a good sign. So, gonna have some outer frames that haven't really been touched yet. That's expected. All right, so the third frame, they're pulling. At least both sides. This maybe I manipulated this before, but both sides they're working on pulling. This is there's a little bit of nectar in there. I'm guessing they didn't pull this. I think this is probably drawn comb we gave them to start with. So again, pulling the frame, storing some nectar. Good. All these white plastic frames were foundation at the start of this year. So this was a brood frame we moved up to kind of bait them up here. Get my flashlight and look closely. Yeah, so it's pretty much everyone's probably real close to emerging. It was a while ago we pulled this frame up, so. But they're pulling it and they're putting nectar away, so doing what we want them to there. Pulling and storing. And this, I believe, was some drawn comb we gave them to start with up here. They're putting some nectar away in it. May have been brood frame we pulled up, but I don't remember specifically. And then that's where the progress ends in the super. So can't complain about that. They're starting to prepare their way to being able to make some honey up here. We'll get in the brood box. I may pull a frame or two of brood up again just to help bait them up top here to keep them enticed to keep working on pulling comb and making progress in the honey super. Building some wax on the bottom of the queen excluder. Scrape as much of that as we easily can. That's probably good enough. So you can see so that's about half a seam, and then really no bees, but from here over, it's all, I got bees looking up at me. So good population. Through circumstances, she is our only Caucasian queen in our bee yard. We wanted to add like 3 or 4 Caucasian colonies this year and start mixing in their genetic traits. And like I said, through circumstances, She's the only one we ended up with, so just storing away some nectar, but that pretty much completely pulled on both sides. We got some pollen mixed in here, that's why it's so yellow. So it's probably facing some brood. That side they're pulling as well. This looks like a pretty fat comb here. So looks pretty good for a brood frame, about what you would expect for brood on a medium. Likewise, pretty good coverage. There's a sheet. So that's pretty much wall to wall. Those empty cells have larvae in them. That looks pretty good. They seem pretty chill. More brood. Take a close look down here. That's just it's really going to be drones, no queen cells. Another pretty good sheet. Uncapped cells have larvae in them, so they're coming along. Looking good. Again, they're going to be on the rapid increase of population, which is why they have a honey super on them. So that's mostly mature larvae. Yeah, good looking brood frames. Haven't seen Mama yet. She is marked, so she's a white dot. That just looks like Reese. Oh no, there's larvae in the top. And there's Mama, right there in the middle of the frame. She's got a long abdomen, really dark. Doing good, Mama. Alright, let's see. Odds are this is just a resource frame out here on the edge, but she could surprise us. Pollen and nectar. Alright. Well, are there any brood frames that I want to bring up top? That would be a good one. Okay. Now I decide what I want to bring down. Got would be a good one. It's got some room for her to lay in. Okay, checkerboarded some brood into the top and brought down 2 frames that she can lay in. She could lay in that one too. Let's move that one. Okay, that should be it for brood manipulation. But she's looking good and starting to see some work up in the honey super, which makes the beekeeper happy.